Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is December 17th, 2021, and Bitcoin is looking dumpy. Okay. We look like we're in a serious downtrend, and my analysis yesterday was wrong in that I said the change in trend in Bitcoin and in the crypto market in general was going to change to the upside, and that change was imminent. Okay, that was obviously incorrect, and I'm going to do a quick analysis as to why that was incorrect, what I read wrong on the charts, and what we can expect in my estimation in the immediate short term. So if you're interested in that, let's get into it. First and foremost, zooming in on the 15-minute chart just to see some definition here, my analysis was that this large structure here was a big ABC correction, okay? And I purported that this right here, this portion was a sort of the C, triangle C, or how do you call it, the running flat correction of the C. But that's not possible only because of the scale, okay? And that's something I wrote down in my journal. The scale of C would have to match the scale of A and B, okay, for that to be valid, a valid running triangle, okay? So I thought that this little A, which I believe is A now, of a pivot, was C. Okay, so that was one thing I did wrong, and I put that in my journal. Hopefully don't make that mistake again. Okay, but the premise was correct in my estimation. This is an A. This chop was a B. And by the way, just a side note, just looking at my P&L, looking at my performance the past week, my 66% win rate, which is actually lower than usual, and I look historically, I do not perform well in these ranges, and that's chop. And I already knew that, but I didn't know that that was what I was in until after, right? That's the trick. So another thing I wrote in my journal is that if I identify an A, I'm going to be super cautious about trading about in a choppy B. And the better I get, the more I get along in my trading journey, the more I learn that defense is just as important, if not even more important than offense, right? If I were going to play defense and be a little more cautious as to trading here in this region, right? And I'm not just talking about Bitcoin. Obviously, I wasn't trading Bitcoin, but just in the crypto market, I would have saved a lot of money, okay? Just historically as well. So that's another thing I wanted to share with you all. Anyway, back to Bitcoin's analysis. I thought this was a C. This is simply an A pivot. And this is your C, okay? So just drawing that out, this is what I'm seeing. A, B, C. That makes sense, right? And basically, it goes back to what I purported a couple of days back, right? I said that it's likely that we get an ABC, or sorry, it's likely that we get 5 waves down because we have this A and B. You have to get a C, right? And if you want to project that C, it's going to be from here, here, between the 1 and the 1, 2, 3, 6. So we're expecting a 44 to 42.7 Bitcoin. Okay, 42.7 to 44K Bitcoin. And this first leg was the first leg of 5. And so if we want to count that, we see that This was 1. Whoops. Let me turn the magnet off. Let me increase. There we go. So we see that this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And that's my count. And just to now use a bit of fib confirmation on that count. So 1 comes between the 382 and the 618. Okay. Or sorry, 2 falls between the 382 and the 618 of 1. 3, 1, 2, wait, let's see. No, that can't be it. That can't be it. Let me zoom out really quickly. Let's zoom out. Let's see. There's something off about this that doesn't, that can't be in the middle of 3 right here. So let's do that over again. Okay, this is definitely 1, 2, 3A. Let's just do this step by step. I'm doing this with you. If you appreciate my doing this analysis with you, please smash the like. I do look at these charts beforehand, but I don't complete my analysis before always putting out or publishing. So I see that as an A, B, C, A, B, C. So that's an A and a B. Okay. So I see this basically as A, B, and then C, which is the first leg of the 5 legs down. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing. And this C now, that's definitely a pivot. That's a flat pivot, another ABC pivot. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that's 1. That's 1 right here. Okay. So we get, this is the pivot, and this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. So it looks like we're in 4. Maybe this is the end of 5. Okay. This is interesting. So this 2 is valid. It comes between 382 and 618 of 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. The third one is now tricky because see, the 3 wave's tricky right here. It looks like the 3 wave had an extended 5th wave. So it goes, the 3 wave looks to me to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Looks like that. Okay, that's the 3rd wave. This looks like we're in a 4th wave correction right here. Okay. So here it goes. Let's see a little more definition. Let's go on smaller time frame for 4. See if we can't see what that was. Looks like a complex correction of some sort. Okay, looks like a complex correction of some sort for 4. And it's not too important to count it. But then it looks like right after that, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks like the end of 5, right? That we just got, okay? There is a wick. I don't know if it's big enough wick to say that the trend has been exhausted, but this looks like the end of 5. Now let's take 4 and measure it using the inverse 1618 of 4 to project 5. So you get the bottom of 4 to the top of 4, inverse 1618 of that. Okay, remember, inverse 1618, or to project 5, you can take the inverse 1618 of 4, but sometimes it ends at the inverse 1236, especially if you had. So you can expect a truncated 5th wave, especially if you had an extended 1st or 3rd wave, okay? So that's also possible. So I think if we're not done, we're very close to finished, okay, in this downtrend. So I do expect a reversal into wave 2, okay? And wave 2 would come up here to between the 382 and the 618, okay? So I do expect today Bitcoin to come up, maybe not today, right? I'm saying this is a daily show, so obviously things don't work on that time frame where, one thing happens, I go to sleep and I wake up and something else happens and I can report that. It doesn't work that way. But what I'm saying is from here on out, thereabouts, I do expect upwards action in Bitcoin to execute that 2 wave, right? And that would be a great entry, between the 382 and the 618 for the 3rd leg of the short. So this is what I'm seeing with Bitcoin. It is a downtrend. Another way we can pretty much confirm the downtrend is if you just look at the downward action. It's much faster and much impulsive than the upwards action. The upwards action is always slow and deliberate, right? It's corrective. That means the general trend is down. So we are going down. And like I said, I do expect Bitcoin to come between 42.7 and 44, I think it was. And so that's what I'm seeing in the markets, and that would essentially bring us down to the range lows. Let's go on the hourly time frame. That would bring us down to the range lows, okay? Back where we started around here. That was the exhaustion of trend for the wave 5, and we never really revisited this region. So I do expect right now that we revisit this region on this impulse downwards, okay? So that's Bitcoin. And the rest of the market will basically follow suit, okay? If you were in Chainlink, God, it is just dropping. And it looks like Chainlink has started its 3rd wave. So let's see. See, the tricky part about that is it doesn't seem to have hit the 382. It doesn't seem to have hit the 382 of its 2-wave correction. If this was its 2-wave correction, right? If you have 5 legs down, you need to come to at least the 382 and the 618, right? According to Elliott wave principles, before you resume the downtrend in the 3rd wave. So if Chainlink is in its 3rd wave, it seems a bit premature because this hasn't been hit. So that is super tricky, and that's the first time I'm seeing that. Either this is still the first wave and I'm completely reading it wrong, which may be because I've never seen that before. I've never seen a 2-wave not retrace to the 382 of the first wave. So let's count this really quickly, or let's see if we can't count it really quickly. Let's see. Okay. It looks like this is an impulsive third wave. 1, 2. Yeah, this looks like it. It's it. And it looks like Bitcoin dropping as well. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like it. Now let's go back to Bitcoin. And this does not look like, all right, this looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This may be the 5th wave. I don't know, but definitely not it right here. This looks like 5 waves in. And here we look like we're seeing an exhaustion of trend. So yeah, that's the first wave for Bitcoin, it seems. But for Chainlink, it looks like okay, it also looks like the first wave. It looks like this 4th wave was complex, right? Because here I think we can clearly see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's a 5th wave. So that's wave 5. This is wave 4. Here you have wave 2, and this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 3. Okay, so that was not the 3rd wave. It was just a long, complex wave 4. So these things are tricky, but yeah, I do expect some upside in the market, but only for the purposes of retracing for a wave 2. Okay, so that's basically my market analysis. Stay safe out there, people. Keep your losses small and your wins big, or at least try to use good risk management. It's a very tricky thing to trade, especially in cases of all of this volatility. All right, stay safe. I'll see you guys tomorrow.